Because I sit in the front row behind home plate at Brewers games, and people see me on TV. And so now back in 2011, on a radio station in Milwaukee, 1250 WSSP, they kind of started talking about me because they saw me there in the front row quite a bit. And someone called in, the row mates who I know called in and said her name's Amy. So then they kind of gave me the label of front row Amy, and then they contacted me on Twitter, and things just kind of went from there. And now, yeah, a lot of people know who I am.
How has that been for you? Is it okay? Was it weird at first?
Yeah, it's still kind of weird. Um, I go to the games to enjoy the game and because I really enjoy going to Miller Park and keeping score and everything. And I still, that's why I go. And now to have just people coming up to me and asking for pictures and sometimes autographs even, it's just kind of bizarre. And I know a lot of people, haters, if you want to call them that, are say that I'm there for the attention, and that couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, I'm there because I love the Brewers and I love watching them play baseball, and I love keeping score. And Miller Park is like it's like my sanctuary. It's just kind of a place I can go to escape, and to get away from everything.
Well, and it's interesting now to hear your seatmates gave you up. Otherwise, we may never know who you are.
That's true, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. And do you still sit by pretty much the same people every time?
Yeah, the guy that called in, he's not there every game, but yeah, they still own those seats, and I still sit in the same seat. So yeah, I see him every once in a while. He's a nice guy.
Well, how many games do you go to typically in a baseball season?
Average, I go to about 40 games a year, regular season games. If they go to the playoffs, then I go to all of those home games. So about half.
And I know I've had people ask, never knowing that we would actually get a chance to chat, which I love, but I've had people ask, why does she go solo? Why are you there alone?
Well, again, it's my time. It's kind of, it's good. I think I'm a mom. I'm a wife and mother. I have 3 kids. And I think it's good for every woman who is a mother and wife to have their own thing. And some women it's scrapbooking, some women it's gardening, some women, I don't know. Everybody has their own thing. And my thing is going to Brewer games at Miller Park. And that's just what I love to do. It's my hobby. And my husband's nice enough to take care of our kids when I go. And sometimes he comes with me, but he'll sit up in loge with one of his friends or something because I'm really no fun to sit with at a game because I don't talk.
Oh, my gosh, that is funny. That's funny to hear.
I talk to the ump and I talk to myself, but I don't talk to much to whoever is with me because I'm busy watching the game and keeping score. Right. So,
and
yeah.
That is obvious. If you are seen behind home plate, it's pretty obvious that you are really into the game. But
yeah.
What I think is interesting, you're still a fairly recent baseball fan. So tell me about that.
Yeah, well, I wasn't really exposed to baseball. I wasn't at all in my childhood. My mom and dad were divorced, and he wasn't around to take me to games. My mom wasn't really into sports. So, plus, I lived in Illinois the first 9 years of my life, so hate to be a Cubs fan anyway. I just, in 2007, the Brewers were doing well, and, it was the spring, it was May, and there was nothing else going on. I thought, well, I'll just watch a game on TV and see what this is all about, and that was it. It was basically love at first sight. It had me hooked right from the first game, and it just kind of went from there, and in 2008, got like a 20-pack of tickets at Miller Park and did that, and then I had full season tickets like in 2009, 2010, since then. So it was just something that for whatever reason, baseball just really appeals to me, and I love the game very much.
You do have a couple of other teams you like.
Baseball,
Brewers are it.
Brewers are it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I follow like players on other teams who used to be like Zach Greinke.
Yes.
I love Zach Greinke. So
Prince Fielder.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, Prince Fielder, yeah. But like, John Ackford and T. Plus, they're both on the Indians, so I kind of follow the individual players. But yeah, the Brewers are it, and the other team would be the Badger. Badger basketball is another one that I'm really into. That kind of keeps me busy in the off season, so I don't lose my mind in the off season.
Well, and it's funny because sometimes you get frustrated being a female fan of sports. Because I think people still, it's 2014, but I think some people think we really shouldn't know a lot about sports. And I enjoy racing as well. But I follow you on Twitter, and I was seeing you were having some conversations with the Badgers basketball team when they came to the Brewers game.
Yeah.
But what I really enjoy is you will often tweet ideas for the team or maybe suggestions on some things they should work on.
Yeah.
And you know what? Nobody disputes what you say because you are typically right on. So that's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's a little scary, putting myself out there sometimes because, it's hate is never fun to deal with. But I mean, I do it because I do have opinions, and I think they're educated opinions. I've been watching the game, and I do watch every pitch, so I've gained some knowledge about the Brewers and about baseball, and if I have an opinion, I'll put it out there. I mean, the one thing I won't do though is bash players. I just think that's wrong. I mean, you can critique players, constructive criticism, but some people just go way too far and saying negative things about players on your own team, and I think that's wrong. I think so too. I mean, I thought, when he first came around that he was good for the Quan. The Quan to me is like chemistry of the team and good feelings and love and all that. And I think they've certainly taken advantage of him as a marketing tool, but there's also a lot of affection there, genuine affection between Hank and the fans and the team and everybody. So I think he's a good thing. I mean, I haven't met him yet. I want to meet him sometime this season.
Oh, I am with you. I said I want to interview him. He'll probably be the easiest interview ever. What is your favorite thing about going to the game?
My favorite thing about watching pitching is like my thing that I love to watch. So just being able to sit there and watch the pitching, and especially if it's good pitching, especially if it's a really good curveball, which I'm in love with the curveball. So
well, you're in the
that's
spot,
what I
too.
enjoy. I enjoy just watching the game, I guess, and I really enjoy keeping score.
How did you learn to do that, knowing that you've only come to baseball recently in such a really intense way? How did you learn to score?
I just kind of learned on the fly. I mean, I read there's some scoring books out there that kind of teach you the basics, and I just kind of went from there and adjusted things to my liking. I have my own little Amyisms when it comes to keeping score, but I just kind of taught myself.
I think that's pretty fun, and it's not easy to do. I play the bingo, so that's as far as I go with scoring.
Yeah.
Well,
I have the scoring system now. I mean, it's not your typical. It's called the Reisner method, and it's nice because you can keep track of every single pitch. You have the pitch count, and every pitch you can say what kind of pitch it is, and everything. So I really like that.
That's great. I have time for one more question, and here's the biggie. What's your prediction for the team this season?
Well, I never make predictions.
I did not know that.
I just that's kind of like worrying about something that you can't control, and I try not to do that. So I just hope for the best. When they had such a hot start, I kind of didn't put too much into it. Baseball, it's the ebb and the flow. Right now we're kind of in an ebb.
Yes.
And I just hope that, everybody gets healthy. And I think if everybody does get healthy, we'll have a good chance at making a postseason, and I really, really hope that we do.
And I am with you. So, Amy, all I can say is go Brewers.
Yeah, go Brewers.